Hi Scorpio, this is Blunt Blessings Tarot and this is a reading for you for August. It's a general reading. I'm going to be looking at past, present, what's hidden, obstacle, guidance and potential. And I have already shuffled, so I'm just going to start right away. This is the past card. This is the High Priestess. The present is the Page of Wands. What's hidden is the Ace of Wands. Your obstacle is the Knight of Wands. The guidance card is the Ten of Wands. And the potential outcome is the Emperor. Whoops. Okay, so the past. The past is showing the High Priestess. I often see as, quite honestly, I feel, I was about to say, I wanted to say I see, but I feel, and I think it is about feelings. It's about deep feelings. It doesn't necessarily mean, love. It can be other types of emotions as well, but there's something deep that you have felt in the past. The present position here, the Page of Wands, is this some sort of passion? Is this some sort of deep passion? Because you've got here what's hidden is the card of passion. I'm going to move and I might come back to that. The obstacle is I should have moved them up a bit. The obstacle is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow energy. It's an energy of really being careful, wanting to solidify things before moving on, wanting to really make sure that the foundation is there. I'm kind of getting the energy of putting so much effort into that, or not even so much effort, but so much determination to really make sure that things are going to be okay before moving on, that that's taking too long. And if, for example, if this was a relationship or somebody who you were interested in, then it could be like, well, how much longer do I have to wait for this person to show interest, for example? If it's a job or a business, I often see the Wands as business. It's like, well, how much longer do I have to wait for this person to make up their mind about whether they want to collaborate with me or whatever? So that's what I'm seeing with that. With this position of guidance, it does feel like there's something that you're not seeing in this process. It could be, it could just be that, and this could be reversed too. You could be waiting for somebody else in this process. It's like, how much longer do you have to wait for them to come through for you or to give you the go-ahead? So I really feel like with this Ten of Wands, it might be reassessment time. It might be time to go, like there's no sword cards here. There's no cards of communication. I'm going to draw an overarching energy. Yeah, because what I would say is to communicate, or to, if there is communication, to have a look at improving the communication. Have a look at, some way of fast tracking this, or not necessarily fast tracking it, but certainly getting it to move faster than what this obstacle card is showing. The overarching energy is the Six of Wands. And, I'm wondering with the Six of Wands whether it is a need to have, people cheering you on, for example. I really need to know whether people are backing me, or not necessarily people, but whether this is the right thing to do. I really need to have that. It's almost like validation. I feel that this spread is saying it's not necessary to wait for validation. Whatever tact you are taking, it may be not working. With this Ten of Wands, it may be not working. You could certainly be at the end of the phase, and you could be coming up to, not the end of the phase, but the end of the challenge, to get to where you want to be. But I don't think so. I feel that is what you are banking on, and I feel that this reading is saying don't bank on that. I'm not saying that it won't work, but definitely consider having a backup plan, or attacking this situation from a different angle, or finding a way to remove this obstacle or get this moving. Sometimes the Ten of Wands can be seeking help or seeking assistance, somebody to carry some of that load. And if you are putting in a lot of effort, even if it's like, you really emotionally want something, and the other person doesn't seem to be pulling their weight in some way, whether it's emotional or through actions, then, consider delegating that. And if they're not prepared to, is delegating if it's work or whatever, or it could even be in a relationship, but if they're not prepared to take on some of that load or to even understand, then, that could be something that you might need to do something about. The potential here is the Emperor. So the Emperor is, he's really in charge of his domain totally, but I am seeing, so I'm seeing it as a possible stage of stability. The Emperor is ruled by, this card is a Mars energy, and you are also Mars. Okay, Mars, Pluto, some people say Mars. I'm not an astrologer, but there's Mars energy there, and there's Mars energy in you. So I feel that there is a potential for some sort of angry reaction. And, whether that is from this sense of just having enough and not getting to where you feel that you are owed in some way, So summing up, what I'm seeing is that there's some strong feeling within you, and you would like to progress with something that you have a passion about. I feel that you may have that hidden within you, or you may I think that you're aware of it, but others may not be aware of it. But also there might be passion with the other party or another situation. So that's there. The obstacle is things are fairly stationary and not moving along. What should be done is you really need to sort this out, because you can't continue on like this. And the potential is to perhaps have some sort of stability if you can sort this out. But also there's a rigidity with the Emperor, and there could be a tendency for anger. That's what I'm seeing, Scorpio. So hopefully that's helpful. Have a great month.